Today on the Auburn Torch, Auburn Track and Field completes its coaching staff with a new hire, and we get to the bottom of the Nike mystery. Let's take a look at it. We were all set to go to Spider-Man on Friday. My wife and I, we were all ready. Going to go to a matinee. But then today she's realized that if we go on Saturday, the movie comes out on July 31st on Friday, and if we go on Saturday, August 1st, we get a free popcorn and a drink because August is the month that her birthday is in. So we would get a free popcorn and drink. So we're going to go on Saturday, as it turns out. I don't know. We might have to check with the babysitter. I don't know if we've done that yet. So that's exciting, but on Friday I've got to avoid everything. Got to avoid all social media. Got to avoid it, which, you know what? That's good advice. Anyway, that's a good thing to do. Anyway, it's Thursday, July 30th. As you listen right now on the Auburn Torch, if you missed it yesterday, story on Auburn volleyball, replacing the production of Liz Markovska, outside hitter from last year. And tomorrow, as you listen on Friday, will be the season preview for volleyball. It'll be coming out. It'll be go position by position breakdown. Quite a lengthy article. Gearing you up for everything. And there's a lot of volleyball. I've got a volleyball 101 for every position. So if you're, hey, I don't know much about volleyball. I don't know what I'm looking at. I don't know what I'm watching. This it's exactly for you. You think, oh, I'm not this isn't for me. It's exactly for you. Precisely for you. We'll see position battles really everywhere, but mainly right side, second outside hitter position. That's Friday, and their preseason practices will begin August 4th, man. We'll be underway. Everything will be underway. And in fact, yesterday, as you listened, that was the end of the acclimation period for soccer. So, hey, we're getting there. We're getting closer. We're getting closer to actual sports, actual stuff. Earlier this week, we talked about Auburn's throws coach getting hired. It is now a full staff. It's totally complete. Trent Edgerton has been named assistant sprints coach by Ken Harnden. Seems like a young guy who coached in Nebraska, I think, just last year, and was at Texas State before that. It kind of, you know what it reminds me of? We were wondering how he would do this because, Ken's a sprints guy, right? That's his thing. So we didn't know if, okay, will he do sprint men and have someone coach sprint women? I figured it would be this way. Just an assistant coach. He's going to coach everything, and an assistant who's going to help him. Seems like Trent's a younger guy trying to cut his teeth, and maybe, he was at a community college just a few years ago, coaching at a community college. And it kind of reminds me of Kenny Dillingham when he was at Auburn. And look at him now. I didn't even think about that when I started the analogy. But yeah, when Kenny Dillingham came to Auburn for football, offensive coordinator, I mean, he really, because that was the year Gus was like, I'm calling plays again. We're bringing it back. And Kenny, he had worked with Norvell. And he comes here and he's like, look, I'm here to listen. I'm here to help. I'm here to learn. I'm hoping this experience, helps me in the future. And there he's a playoff coach at Arizona State, right? But he came here very humbly, did not one of those take credit, like, oh, I called all the good plays. Hey, man, I'm here to learn. This guy's really good at what I want to do. So, hey, man, Trent Edgerton here to, maybe follow and just kind of learn from Ken. And it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense with this hire where it's like, I don't know if he's got the length of experience, but to be Ken's, where Ken's the main dog in the sprint realm, and you're the assistant, that should go to an up and comer. That should be kind of how it goes. So hopefully those two, if you're an Auburn fan, hopefully those two have a lot of chemistry and work well together. So that's track. We got one more item of track. We got. Let me see. I got our mentions here. We got a little more on the mystery of the Nike track and field thing. If you missed this on Twitter, Clint, as we called out, we put up the bat signal for Clint. Clint, help! Because Auburn was wearing Nike in a post Under Armour scenario. And it appears that so Auburn would have signed with Under Armour in 2006, I think. I'm pretty sure it was 06. But Auburn track remained using Nike apparel, which I guess they were using Nike apparel during Russell as well, right? For football, Russell football. It remained with Nike until 2010, which seems late. But golly, look at this. The Nike logo, if you're watching on video, the Nike logo with this logo, this like 90s era logo with the underline, looks so bizarre, but incredible. Anyway, here, we got answers. We got good answers this is from Scott Richardson, who's no relation to Clint, I don't think. But he shared some insight, and I appreciate him sharing it. He goes, I coached at Auburn track and field from 2005 to 2022. Upon my arrival, track at AU was Nike. So yeah, during Russell, track was Nike, right? Because Russell probably didn't make Nike. Russell didn't make track and field gear, right? Like that's a specific thing, the spikes. He says, go back to the quote. When Under Armour came into the picture of 706, they had no track and field apparel. Our team were issued some UA Under Armour practice gear, but we continued competing in Nike uniforms until 2010, I believe. While apparel from Under Armour eventually caught up and was great, Under Armour football was a real issue for us, and for a while we were allowed to wear any footwear necessary, right? So, yeah, like this has been the thing. We know this. We know Nike, the athletes love Nike the most, right? We know this. It was basketball, but obviously track and field, yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Either Nike or Adidas, right? ADAG and staff came in and told us we would wear Under Armour footwear regardless. This posed a real problem for us. Under Armour footwear was light years away from being good. Administration at the time didn't care. Ultimately, Under Armour on a conference call admitted to us that athletes representing Under Armour would be wearing a rival competitor's spikes at the Olympic trials in, he says 2000. I'm going to assume he means maybe 2012, because that would be the Olympic cycle, right? 2012, yeah, because 2020, yeah, 2012, or maybe 2016, right? Anyway, would be wearing a rival competitor spikes at the Olympic trials because of their inferior product. So Under Armour eventually threw in the towel. But hey, that's some insight, and please don't blow this up. Scott still. He has a job elsewhere at Auburn. I guess maybe 2020, because I mean he says ADAG, that would be Alan Green. But that was 2018. That was a while later. So still a little confused about the timeline, but not gonna. Anyway, all to say, don't blow. You know, we appreciate him answering and being honest. We love honesty, so don't get it. Please don't blow that up and get him in trouble with Auburn or anything like that. We don't want that. We want to reward people for helping us out and being honest with us. So, yeah. So hey, there it is. Again, that's the. Hey, it's kind of weird that it's all that talk and all that stuff is in the rear view for Auburn, because Auburn is now with Nike, who, as far as gear goes, not for the fans, but for the athletes, that's always been considered top shelf. And how much of that is the illusion, but I mean, when track and field, man, when nanoseconds matter, I really got, I can believe that. I can believe that. We talked about volleyball elsewhere. One more news item that I've got. Lauren Dreves picked preseason All SEC, and this is one of those. Here, Dreves is preseason All SEC. Auburn finished 7th out of 16. Not finished 7th. Is predicted in the coaches poll, preseason coaches poll, to finish 7th out of 16 teams. 9 first place votes for Kentucky, 2 for Texas, 3 for Texas A&M. Lauren, one of only 15, I wanted to point this out on the ticker when I wrote that below a second ago, on one of only 15 entries to the preseason All-SEC team, which is like, some of these it's gymnastics is the one. I mean, the postseason all SEC team is just everyone and their mother, dude. It's like 35 kids, and you're like, how this doesn't even like matter. Like, how am I supposed to make a big deal of this when what I don't know. When you have two quarterbacks, you have no quarterbacks, right? When you have co everyone, you have 25 kids on the SEC. No one's all SEC. No one actually gets that honor. I've sent some messages, and I'm gonna try to rally some troops and see if we can create a media all SEC team this year with our colleagues to not just Auburn, but everyone who covers college gymnastics. We'll see if we can get as many people as we can voting and try to have a all SEC team that's a little more limited in scope that we would like a little more. But anyway, all to say, that was a tangent. Volleyball, I like this. There's only 15 people on the all SEC team. No first team, second team, third team, any of that. Just shows that Lauren is really well thought of in the league. And you will see in the story on Friday when you give it a read, if you haven't heard it yet, she's one of the centerpieces. She's pretty much the one that hey, there is no position battle. And there's a couple others where you're like, okay, these are pretty much locks. This is like the lock, right? So, hey, man, we will see. So, yeah, hey, check out auburntorch.com. But you don't have to wait till tomorrow. If you haven't read the story about replacing Liz Markovska, it's here. And that's probably the biggest position battle is that second outside hitter position besides Lauren. So they'll be their first preseason scrimmage is August 20th. And again, we're getting really close to the first preseason scrimmage for Auburn soccer. That's next week. That's August 5th. That's less than a week away. So get excited. All right, let me get out of here. We will be back. Torch Talk will be back next week. Just a reminder, Twitter is a terrible website full of ghouls. So if you saw anything, if you ever see anything terrible on there, don't worry about it. Those are ghosts and ghouls who aren't real, right? Nothing to worry about. So until next week. You guys take care, and just keep being great, right? Keep your chest out, right? All right, take care.